200 lang mapupunta doon sa projects namin. Like doon sa TESDA, yung Pilot Skills Program, tsaka yung iba pa community projects. So, pero doon sa yun, kumukuha pa kami ng mga sponsorship. Ano yung mga sponsorship na kinuha? Siyempre, pag manonood ka, gusto mo na popcorn, tsaka tubig, or soft drinks. Doon kami nakakukuha kami ng sponsor. So, sino nalapitan natin? Kailangan namin ng popcorn. Sino nalapitan natin? Meron drag? Kettle corn, sino ba? Haters, chef police, bilas. Ano yung mga pwede mo lapitan? Baka nakakailangan ka ng kung kami yun, kailangan kami ng food para sa inyo. Sino yung mga nilapitan? Nakita na natin ng mga sponsor kanila. Yun yung matitik mo yun. Diba? Next. Corporate sponsorship. Ito yung the best. Ito talaga. Sino yung corporate sponsors natin this year? With us?
DEL and Silver.
DCL?
DEL.
DKL. Sino yun?
Teacher usually that.
Okay. So, kami, we are a corporate sponsor of Converge Company. So, kasi, sa corporate sponsorship, kailangan yung nakakatulong yung branding, yung corporate social responsibility, alam ito, CSR. Lahat ng companies, lahat ng big companies kayo. Kailangan din nila maglabas kasi bawas tax din sa kanila. Diyan. Tapos, yung target market. So, kung yung project nyo is Alaya, let's say yung paninang Alaya, naman. So, school literacy, sino nga pwede mo mong lapitan? Alam niyo sino pwede mong lapitan ba? Yung mga corporates that benefits from the education system. National Post, fully po. It's like this. Kailangan yung manila. Return benefits from next slide. Ito may number 8. Charity. Sino to? Si mama tsaka si papa to. Si auntie tsaka si uncle. Si kuya tsaka si ate. Yung barkada yung pasaway. Yung barkada yung lahat mahilig manlibre. Diba? Malamang yung lagi nagpapalibre sa inyo, hindi nyo mahingan. Pero, diba? Yeah, charity. Pressure. A supplier or a good friend. So kami, sino yung mga pinapalapitan namin? Yung mga nagpe-benefit during yung tintigan, during sa projects namin. Okay? Sa tip, what I usually do during yung college ako, I have an Oplan 100 project. Ano yung Oplan 100? Magkano na bang regular rate? Napapanood mo, ang regular rate ng baon na yan is what? Magkano per day? 500? 115 per day. Pwede na, di ba? 150 to 100. Nung ako kasi 100 lang eh. Ngayon, 150 to 100. Yung baon, most likely. So, may ginagawa ko Oplan 100. Ano yung Oplan 100? Print ako ng isa, nagpariso, o naging ako ng 100 pesos as donation. Bigyan ko sa lahat ng kailangan ko, bumalik sa akin bumalik na 20, naka 2,000 na. Tapos, sa project, sila yung maraming pangalan na gano'n. Yung pagkatapos sa project, makikita nyo maraming pangalan. Thank you too! Tapos puro pangalan na maliliit, sila yun. Okay. Ito yung sinasabi ng sponsorship pati. Hindi lahat ng tao pwede nyo lapitan. Baka, project mo ngayon, nilapitan mo si Nate. Project mo ngayon, nilapitan nyo si Nate. Let's say si Nate, after 3 years, sobrang yaman niya. Diba? Tapos yung mga bago nilapitan siya. Kuya Nate, baka pwede naman bigyan yung sponsor na ngayon. After 2 months, nilapitan nyo na naman siya. Kuya Nate, yung project na naman, baka pwede mo buha matulungan. After 4 months, nilapitan nyo na naman siya. Ba? Sinawa yung tao. Diba? Yun yung ginagawa ng sponsorship natin. Kaya kailangan may corporate partners kayo as an organization. Okay? Next video, ano? Next. Investment and return. So, the project was great. Media, yung sinasabi ko kanina multimedia, nasa digital world na tayo ngayon. Kung walang reach yung project nyo, mahirapan kayo mag. Sino sa inyo may alam ng JCI prior to this? Wala, di ba? Sino sa inyo? Anybody who knows JCI prior to this day? Sino sa inyo nag-research about JCI prior to this day? One. The thing is, even us, hirap din. Even the whole JCI world is having problems. Sino ang pinakasikat na alam ng organization? Lagi mo? Hindi. Oo, hindi. Sa Pilipinas, anong lagi yung organization pag ano yung mga organization outside of school na lagi nyo alam na? Ha? Angat buhay program? Di ba? We don't have the same knowledge. Pero we produce the best leaders in the Philippines. Tagayan sa bagay. Direct sales and public event organized by... During my time, when I was your shoes na ako Starbucks and Bento. So what did they do? Nag-sampling ang Starbucks that time, numbers ng product na pinapasample. Ito yung mga pwede nyo i-offer. Nilapitan nyo, let's say, si Aling Lucing. Baka pwede nyo sponsoran yung food namin, si Sing, tsaka Rice Tag. Pero yung project nyo is in, let's say, La Union. Okay? Okay sa kanya yun. Mapapasample niya yung totoong sisig na walang mayonnaise. Tsaka itlog. Diba? Sampling siya. Kaya magbenta siya. Diba? Association to the brand. Ito, this you see the importance of this in Korea. Sorry, sino nanonood ng basketball sa inyo? Hindi ka nanonood ng basketball, sorry. Anyways, basketball, there is this one player, Kyrie Irving, if you've known him. Kyrie was good, very good player, nakakuha ng deal sa Nike. But si Kanye na lang. When Kanye parang lose his mind, tinanggal ng Adidas. Association of the brand. So you want to be association with these good brands. Pag may nalaman yung brand or yung corporate nag-bag about you guys, bye-bye. May hirapan na kayo mga. So you have to keep your integrity when it comes to sponsorship. Okay? Tsaka always give what you promise. Nag-promise kayo ng boot sa kanila, give it. Nag-promise kayo ng 1,000 mileage, give it. Why is TTKD so easy to sell? Bakit? TTKD has per day at least 35,000 people on one venue. And isipin nyo lang magkano marami ang sales ng San Miguel Live and Red Horse and St. Vincent during that day. What you've talked, kung ano yung negotiate nyo, give it. At the same time, demand for what they said they will give. Okay, next. Exchange of benefits, when the need is not money, but ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. Kung yung kailangan nyo is sasakyan, hanap kayo ng sponsor like dahil kayo magalang natin, Bernasel ba? Things like this. Di ba? Could be services, support, products, venues, etc. Ito, tingin nyo nagbayad kami sa venue na to? Hindi. Sponsor na? House na. Okay, next. It's all in the manner of asking. A is for attitude. Baliktad. See? Galing ko gumawa, di ba? Then honestly, PowerPoint is not my best friend, best skill. Attitude, skills, and knowledge. So you have to, yung attitude nyo towards the negotiation. Di ba? Yung skill set nyo, what is the skill set? This is your communication. how well can you negotiate, how well can you, paano ba yun? Paano nyo makukonvince ang isang tao na bigyan kayo ng pera for your project? Unfortunately, ito marami, yun na ito, dinidevelop in July. Right? Knowledge. Yung knowledge nyo doon, baka naman may project kayo, pumunta kayo, hindi nyo naman alam kung talaga yung pinaka-purpose ng project. Pagbalik na naman tayo sa planning stage. Right? Next slide, please. Evaluation. Sa amin, we have this project completion report, F4. And then yung financial report and deposit slips, importante yan, di ba? Walang reimbursement pag walang resibo, di ba? Oo. Gawin nyo ito, walang receipt, no receipt, no reimbursement. Okay? Post-evaluation meeting. Dito sa post-evaluation meeting, dito nyo gagawin yung lahat ng ilalabas lahat na sama ng loob nyo. Do you do this? Bloodbath, di ba? Ako ginagawa ko, tumupong pisilin na. Minumura pa kami lahat. Minumura ako. Tapos after, nasabihin yung tama. Okay? Social media reporting. Alam niyo na ito, ano to? Ilalabas yun sa social media na ginawa niya. And then, tip. Kung may project kayo, this is what I always say sa mga sabi. Kung may project kayo, hindi nyo mo nang i-post ng page nyo, and then you share the page. Do not post. And, page ni Jello. Project JCI sa amin, ganyan. Tapos siya nag-post. Kailangan nyo i-promote yung brand nyo. Di ba? Kung ano ba yung pulto na pinapasok nyo. Di ba? Documentation. Sa documentation, I'm not only talking about the financial report. Ito yung sinasabi ko, yung mga pictures, yung mga, kung meron kayong minutes of the meeting, kung meron kayong mga contracts with sponsors, di ba? Ako before ginagawa ko para pag may gagawa ko yung mas bata sa inyo ngayon, pag sila naman dyan, meron sila akong reference. Act of gratefulness. Ano to? Magpasalamat kayo sa mga nag-sponsor sa inyo. Hindi yung tinulungan naman nyo after the event, wala na, behind you. Magpasalamat kayo. Improvement and continuation. This is the projects should still be there even if you are gone. Next. So, sa amin, we have this JCI citizenship framework. No? It's the same as kanina. So, you analyze what the community needs. You put in training for the members. You analyze the needs. Sorry, dito pala. You formulate a solution, and then it's either health, education, or sustainability partnership. JCI Philippines is in partnership with Palawan Express, with Tubis. Measure results, evaluate, and do it again. Iikot na. So that's how we do a project. Okay? Next slide, please. Always remember this as I finish this talk. Sana may nakuha kayo sa akin. No? What you do today is who you are tomorrow. Pangatandaan niyo. Bata pa kayo. I hope I had this kind of training. Kasi lahat ng seminars before, hindi ko in-attend ng bata ako. Pero you guys are here today. So what you are doing today will be who you are tomorrow. Kung bastos ka ngayon, mahihirapan kang kumuha ng sponsor, mahihirapan kang makapag-kaibigan sa ibang tao, mahihirapan kang maging successful sa buhay. So be wary of what you do and what you say. So as of this moment, again, bata ka kayo. And hopefully, wala akong graduating sa inyo. May graduating sa inyo. Meron na. Oh, yan. So hopefully, in the next journey of your life, you always put this into heart. Na yung mga actions na gagawin nyo, you do it, you plan it. Again, maraming salamat po sa inyo. Once again, palakpakan po natin.
before we continue to our next part, ako ba bang lahat? Ayos ba ba? Ayos ba ba? Okay, after this, so we'll be having Alright, so panel discussion with the speakers. So this time, they ask some questions. So, alright, so it's time for the question and answer portion. And of course, okay, before that, just like to acknowledge our sponsors, once again, our sponsors, Houseland Group, the Houselands, Fiesta Communities, Villages Water Supply System Incorporated, Oitsa, Manok, Inasal, Familia de Azulo Private Resort, DJ Furniture, Carato Medical Clinic, CommuServe Diagnostic Services, and Staycase. Our today's moderator, the Chief Business Officer and co-founder of Go Cloud Incorporated, and Go Cloud Incorporated designs and develop cloud-based system for different industries such as schools, hospitals, and hotels. They also develop e-commerce and digital marketing for different brands in the Philippines and the US. Ladies and gentlemen, our today's moderator, palakpakan po natin, JCI member, Loli Ibarra.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you, Tito Boy. LSDD William. I know everyone had fun this morning learning from our very wise speakers, no? I'd like to just have a few questions for them. And then if you have questions also in mind, I'll give you a chance to ask them after our panel discussion. Okay, so let me call on our speakers again to the floor. Brother Gab, NAC, JC, and yes, so we, MVP Christine talked about breaking barriers and building bridges, and of course project planning by NAC JC Lim. So I want to open the discussion on kasi nandun na tayo sa meron tayo medyo theoretical dun sa first parts natin. And then we touched on the experience of the leadership of MVP Christine, and then the how you can actualize your leadership with project planning and project execution. So with the 5 levels of leadership, Brother Gab, and I told him that I will ask him this question. No? And this is very important for our young leaders now. How important is self-awareness in leadership?
Thank you. Yes, self-awareness is one of the most important characteristics or skills you can learn as a leader. Kasi without that, how would you know? How would you know how you're doing? How would you know kung anong effect mo sa tao? How would you know kung nasa ka level, right? And I guess I can answer that by sharing my experiences. For me, it started with, siyempre sa una when you're young, you're self-conscious. Right? It starts with that. When you're self-conscious, like, di mo alam kung paano ka uupo, how do you look, anong susunod ko mamaya, anong event, ikaw friend, anong susunod mo. That's self-consciousness. And that's healthy. No? When you're young, that's okay. Kasi hinahanap mo pa yung sarili mo. But dapat mag-graduate ka from self-consciousness to self-awareness. Kapag kasi you develop some self-confidence na, medyo nag-grow ka na sa person, nag-mature ka na, you should not lose that sense of from consciousness, nagiging na siyang awareness. Right? And medyo tricky to. Sobrang hirap niya. Kasi we are poor observants or evaluators of ourselves. Madalas nakikita natin yung ibang tao, pero hindi natin alam how we are. Na-try nyo na bang panoorin yung sarili nyo sa video? Or even pakinggan yung sarili nyong boses on audio? It's weird. Di ba? Sobrang, di ba, cringe. Ang hirap. So that's why self-awareness is so hard. Kasi ang hirap tignan yung sarili mo outside of yourself, right? In front of the mirror or on a video and audio. But you have to, kailangan yung tiisin yung awkwardness sa'yo. Kailangan yung tiisin yung cringe na yun. Way around it. You need a compass kasi you need to know where you're... Paano mo malalaman kung malapit ka na ba o malayo ka pa sa destination if you don't even know where you are? So, start by being... What do you call this? Dapat magaling kang mag-observe ng tao. You have to know how to read people. Kasi doon nag-start yung self-consciousness. Kasi when you're self-conscious, pinapansin mo, habang kausap mo yung isang tao, nakikinig ba siya sa akin? Or tingin siya ng tingin sa hindi siya masyadong pay attention? Or naiinis ba siya? You have to learn how to read micro-expressions when you're around other people. That's step one, I think. That's my own experience. Kasi nag-start ako super self-conscious, but eventually, I learned how to turn that into self-awareness. Number two, you have to have people you trust that will give you accurate feedback. No? Keyword trust. Right? Yes, we have to listen to feedback, pero not all feedback are equal. No? So dapat meron kang circle of trust. Kumbaga, where you have people close to you, it may be your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your parents, your friends, your siblings, people na sasabihin nila yung totoo na harapan sa'yo. Na, uy, Gian, sorry, ko nakikita ko. Gian, parang medyo sumusobra na yata yung pagka-araw mo ngayon, or medyo, or maybe, parang nawawalan ka ng self-confidence. Diba? So, people who will tell you to your face kung nasan ka talaga sa journey mo. Right? Those are the people worth listening to. At least for me, those two things are very important in knowing where I am right now in my journey through the levels of leadership. Maybe some Ma'am Christine and Sir JC may mga sila dito.
Siguro and share even you have to realize self-awareness it just doesn't start from the bottom. So even now, because you have to reinvent yourself always. Right? So, kahit nag-increase na yung self-awareness mo, you have to always step back and then try to always assess yourself. So, at every point of your journey, do a self-awareness check. Especially, this is also when you feel, because you have to continue reinventing yourself too. Diba? It's a journey nga, diba? But you feel, you also have to reinvent to be effective. Yun. So, that's the point when you have to, again, assess yourself. So, I agree, I fully agree and align with Gab. You should have your circle of trust, a person who can tell you not just the right things that you do, but the opportunities for improvement. So, yun. Hindi siya ulit straight line. So, it's a continuous journey. You can self-assess anytime in your journey to leadership.
I'm sorry, I'm in the, and Christina and these are very good speakers. Self-awareness. Yeah. Ako up until now, well, my wife tells me if I look bad, pag lumabas ako nakachinelas, yun yung sinasabi ng circle of trust. No?
May feedback ako sa'yo, JC. Kanina, you can see gano'ng kataas yung self-awareness ni JC because he is a leader. Hindi siya nahihiya. Sabi niya, hindi ako magaling mag-PowerPoint. You see, he recognizes that. Okay? And he is very confident. O in front of you, of people he does not know. And telling you, diba kasi minsan you cannot say that to other people. But because he's so self-aware and he knows it doesn't make him lesser of a person. Because the content of what he talks about is most important to him. But he recognizes, I'm not good at PowerPoint. But he assured us, the content is still there. Diba? So yun yung self-awareness.
Diba? Oh.
Oh, yun.
Anyway, I was about to say that the road to self-awareness is confidence. I wasn't this confidence when I was your age. When I sit before like, ibigay mo na kayo ng steps. Lagi mo na ako. Kaya kung mapapansin niyo, parang kuba ako eh. Kasi always, yung bata ako, Because I have a very low self-confidence and self-esteem. Kaya as much as possible, diba? Self-confidence, it made me self-aware. I mean, that's one way. So, again, wala na akong madagdag sa mga sinabi nila. There are more on that level. So, yun. You just have to know. And in regards to the circle of friends and getting feedbacks, sabi nga ni Gab, maraming haters, maraming worshippers. But there will always be your BFF or someone na, basta pag sinabi nila, this is just one reminder to everyone. When you're going to give a feedback to someone, no, make it as respectable as manumanay. Hindi to feedback na nag-aaway kayo mag-jowa or magka-aaway kayo. Kasi ikaw, walang yan ka, ganyan. Ano sabi yun? I love you as a friend. Sorry. I appreciate you a lot. And I hope this is what I'm seeing right now. So hopefully, as we move forward, we change like this. Yun lang. Ganun lang.
Very important, I think.
Build on JC's point. Diba? Dahil ang hirap kaya tayo minsan nahihiya magbigay ng feedback. Kasi akala natin makakasakit tayo. But, if the perfect natin ang communication skills, if you say something negative in a positive way, that is the key to giving feedback. Like saying parang, mali yung ginagawa mo. There is an opportunity to improve this and this. And the way to do that is this. See? Versus the tone of what you are doing is wrong. Diba? Magkaiba yun. So, just changing the word from you, ikaw kasi, by saying I feel that we can improve. Iba-iba yung tono ng dating, diba? Kaya, isang skill yan na iiwanan ko sa inyo, take time dito sa mga leadership sessions nyo, aralin ninyo ang effective communication skills. Okay? So, that will katali yan ng leadership skills.
Wow, very insightful, no, from our speakers. I want to tie that your points and Christine with how important growth mindset is and mental health to being leaders. Kasi when you're a leader, you have a lot of responsibilities to juggle. You have school, you have family, you have your leadership in your organizations. So, what is the role of growth mindset then in mental health for our student leaders?
So I'm going to try to unpack that. There are two questions in that question. So first is the growth mindset, or I think more of the learning mindset. So I had a leader a few years ago who taught me, I had a mentor. So sabi niya, kung ang approach mo sa bawat isa is to learn, right? Versus to judge. Both, ibang-iba yung impact nun sa buhay mo and sa approach mo sa buhay mo. So I feel anything that you do, a learning mindset is a growth mindset. Right? You do something because you want to learn. Always, so pag may pinagawa sa'yo, don't look at it as a task. Naku, ito na naman gagawin ko. May pinagawa na naman si teacher or si prof, ganyan. As a leader, may pinagawa na naman yung president namin. Because you are judging. But if you see, I will learn from this task, I think you'll come out as a better person and as a better leader. Second, the mental health. I think I'm more of talking about work-life harmony. Yun na yun di ba? Ang goal natin, like I said earlier, it's like, sabi nila, hindi na raw work-life balance ang tawag doon. Because if you say work-life balance, parang dinidemonize mo ang work. And it's not supposed to be. Because the ideal state of work should give you a sense of fulfillment. Kaya importante yung why ninyo. And so, you will find that you don't need to balance personal, professional, JCI. You will find that sweet spot that you don't need to choose from each activity in your life if you have work-life harmony. Kasi napagtali-tali mo na, napagtanto-tanto mo na lahat ng bawat isa, na-connect mo na lahat ng dots. So it does not cost you mental, di ba? Doesn't cause you difficulty and you know, para mga mental health concerns. So I don't think it will arrive to that point if you have a work-life harmony. So again, learn to connect the dots. Hindi silo ang bawat parte ng buhay natin. Make sure everything that you do now is connected to your why. And if it is, you don't need to choose one area of your activities in your life.
Yeah. So, with that, sinabi ni MP Christine, no, yung work-life balance and how it plays a role in the wellness of our mental health, no. Meron naman akong nabasa na pinost ni Brother Gab in the past, on the spot. You said, the art of saying no. Okay, so can you expound on that when you're a leader? Because we can't say yes to everything, correct? So, how do you apply that in, lalo na student leaders?
Well, hello. At first, when you're young, when you're still building your career, you're building your network, you have to say yes to almost everything. You have to say yes to almost every opportunity that comes your way. Kasi you're still building, you're still learning. You don't know yet kung ano yung mga worth saying yes to, at saka yung mga worth, o yung ano yung mga, what opportunities you say no to. But as you progress, as you experience more success, na try mo na, no, yung madaming mga iba't ibang opportunity, marami ka nang na-try na events or marami mo ng mga partnerships na na-try, some failed, some succeeded. Eventually, no, medyo kapag nasa maybe middle part or mga middle part of your journey as a leader, you have to start triaging na. Nagtitriage. Alam yung triage sa hospital, yung lalagyan nila ng mark kung sino pa yung survive at saka hindi. Right? So you have to choose well. Hindi ka na pwede mag-say yes to every opportunity kasi you're just one person. We only have 24 hours in a day. Mababurn out tayo. So the art of saying no, meaning, once you've developed that, again, self-awareness, and you have better understanding of people and the opportunities that come your way, pwede ka nang pumili ngayon, okay, what's worth my time? No? Is this something na gusto ko pang i-try or magsasuffer yung other parts of my life kapag nag-yes ako dito? So you are doing a balancing act. Nagpa-prioritize ka na. What's your priority? Family, business, career, if you have kids. So you have to make a list and then kasi eventually talagang maraming mga doors na ma-open for you if you do this right. If you say yes to everything, burnout. I've experienced burnout multiple times in my life. It's not fun. No, it takes months bago ka maka-recover if you say yes to everything. Mauubusan ka ng time, you get barely sleep, no? And again, just offering about relationships in your life. So the art of saying no is recognizing which ones are worth your time. And you have to politely say no to the ones that are not. There's a way to say that. So I guess that's what Sister Chloe was mentioning.
Yeah. So, I also want to ask NAC. So, because you've been a leader in JCs for a long, long time, and now you're a family man, does it necessarily follow? Kaya sa mga students, hindi pa sila married, no? Wala pa silang their own families. But how do you think they can exercise their leadership within their families? Even if they're not married yet, mga ganyan. Or you can also share to them your experience.
Okay. So most likely, syempre, I don't think may asawa na sa inyo. Ako, what I do with my wife. First and foremost, my wife is also a JCI member. I met my wife in JCI in City Culiat. So, on that level, okay na. She understands what I do. She doesn't understand na yung iba na ginagawa ko. Pero she knows what I do. So, first thing is communication. Number one, she has to know where you're coming from. Why are you doing this? Now, sa inyo, or your setting, it's most likely your parents. Anong oras kaya naman umuwi? Tama? Sino na naman kasama mo? Gagastos ka na naman dyan. Magpapakapuyan ka na naman dyan. Tama? Parents nyo yan, or your lola, or sino man, or jowa nyo. So, on that, I've been on your shoes before. So, what I did nung time na yan, when I was there, what I usually do is I made sure na I get better every day. I make sure na with my wife, even I do JCI, I do business, that when my wife and my child needs me, I'm there. Na yung playtime namin ng anak ko after dinner, hindi mawawala. Yun yung sinasabi ko. You have to show and believe and know that you are improving yourself. Siguro naman kung nakita ng parents nyo na from dati, let's say ako, dati nung bata ako yung age, uwi kami noon, that time 2, 3 a.m. Pag may pasok ako sa trabaho, sa family business, 7 o'clock, magdadrive ako ng truck. Pupunta ako ng Tarlac. To tell you honestly, I do this. Para walang masabi yung tatay mo sa akin. You get it? The thing is, if you really want to improve yourself, no? You have to learn to say no at a certain period of time. Pero yung una nga, lalo na yung time na yan, yung age nyo kasi, yan yung yes ka ng yes. But you have to choose then, it's either yung kung ano yung makapapasukan mo. Yung ano yung worth yesing for. Okay? So ako, again, I balance my life with these things. But I always make sure that what is ano yung pinangako ko sa asawa ko when I married her, I make sure na nabibigay ko yun. I know hindi ko 100% nagagawa. I know that. She knows that. O yan balay sa agap sa'yo. Di ba? You know what I mean. I mean, as much as possible, yung sinasabi nga ni Christine kanina was yung work-life harmony. Yung harmonious relationship of all the aspects of your life without sacrificing one. Life is not about right or wrong, I win, you lose. It's about we both win and we both right with a different opinion. So, it's about doing all this without sacrificing.
Great. I also want to get into this question with Auntie Christine because you're an advocate for women, children, sustainability, and so many things. No? How can student leaders, now that they know how to be self-aware, how can student leaders ensure that they are representing the diverse voices and perspectives of their peers? Because alam natin, iba-ibang mga tao sa organization.
How do they make sure that they are well represented lahat or themselves?
Well represented lahat.
Okay. So I think it starts with, so ang question, how will you know kung represented lahat ng perspektiba? So ang unang-una is, yun na, nire-recognize mo na may difference. And you're a leader, so you always have the opportunity to speak. But being a leader is making everyone speak. Tama? So I feel na dapat, kapag ikaw sa amin, natutunan kasi namin sa organisasyon na to, taga-share lang kami, taga-facilitate lang ng meeting. Because everyone has the right to speak. And as a leader, it is your role to make everyone speak. So I think that pa lang, with that type of activity and learning mindset, you are already given each voice is represented. So you have to harness that voice. Diba? And then, so wala kang dala-dalang bias, binaba mo yung barriers, you let everyone speak, and your role as a leader is putting them together, finding a common ground amongst the diversity. Yes?
Thank you, Andy. Siguro this would be my last question for our panel of speakers, but let me know later if you have questions for them also. What advice would you give to students who are interested in becoming leaders but may not know where to start or they feel unsure about their abilities? I know Auntie Christine said to be open, no? I also want to touch on the point, sabi ko nga kanina sa kanya, you know, when you speak, you're like the Filipino Brene Brown, sabi ko sa kanya. I want her to touch on bravery and courage in starting something new for the students who want to be leaders but they don't know how to start. And for all other speakers also.
Hello. Yeah. For those who don't know where to start, right? Wait lang. May idea ako kanina bilang sa lupan. Binigyan akong tubig eh. Siguro I should start with, balikan ko yung topic kanina. I wanted to add something about having a growth mindset. Oh, yun pala. It starts with the mindset. You know, we don't, kasi iba-iba tayo ng path eh. Kamukha ng sinabi ni NP Christine kanina. Iba-iba tayo ng journey. There's no straight line. No, that doesn't exist. Okay, walang step back. Sino dito yung ever since bata sila, they've been winning? Like winners kayo always. Top 1, diba? Si Miss Kim? Kai. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But here's the downside of always winning since you're a kid. You don't know adversity yet. Right? And adversity is where you learn. Kaya, again, it's good that you're here. No? You're trying to widen your perspective. Pero meron kasing mga natatrap doon na hindi sila sanay matalo. You know, they don't know the feeling of losing, of not being voted, or having a lower grade. Well, for me, as you see in my introduction kanina, I've been losing a lot since I was a kid. Never akong, parang si JC din, never akong naging top, never akong naging part ng any organization. So I'm used to it. Parang kapag meron challenge, I'm better equipped to handle it. Because I have this mindset of growth, I have a growth mindset. Meaning, it's never fixed. Whatever situation you're in now, actually, if you are not winning yet, right now, if you're experiencing a lot of challenges in life, a lot of adversity, take that as a blessing. Kasi, para kang nag-workout, you're building that muscle of being resilient and being able to turn adversity into something positive, kung paano sinabi ni NP Christine kanina. Turning something into milestone, roadblocks into milestones, right? Those are challenges. So for Kai, start losing. But it's good if once you experience adversity, the first time na, I don't know, bumagsak ka, or hindi ka natanggap sa trabaho, or na-demote ka, or whatever, or hindi ka na promote, sometimes that's also something na, diba? Something disappointing for someone who's used to winning. Embrace it. Embrace that feeling. Right? Kasi ngayon, ayaw ko yung mindset na masyado tayong protective din sa mga anak natin. Kasi kapag nabubble yan, nalagay sa isang bubble, right? Madidevelop ba yung immune system? No. Madidevelop ba yung resilience to face adversity? No. Right? So, as a leader, get used to it. Get used to losing, get used to adversity, get used to challenges. It's okay. Treat that as a blessing. Because yun yung mga weapon ninyo once you progress in your life. So that's my answer to that.
Closing ka na. I want to advise, be like a child. Okay, be like a child. I've learned this way before. Child is the best. Yan ang leader. Umiyak ka yung bata na kukuha niya yung gusto niya, di ba? Tumanon niya ng bigla-bigla, kuha niya attention niyo, di ba? Be like a child. Child are pure. They have a heart. They only want attention from their parents. They only want attention from someone. So kayo, as teenagers pa ba? Hindi na. Tumakan pala kayo ng 8 to 12, di ba? As life goes on, as life happens to you, always remember that once upon a time, you guys are children. So the leader is always in you. It was never gone. It's just that there are certain factors in our environment na Philippines natin. The culture of losing, na masama matalo, the culture of lagi ka lang nasa baba. You have to change your BS. You have to change your belief system. No? Yung belief system nyo na hanggang dito lang ako, ganito lang ako, no. You have to keep improving. Hindi, as early as your age right now, when time comes na kasing edad yun na kami ni Gab, no, hopefully, mas marami na kayong talo at panalo. And yung mga talo na sinasabi, make this as fuel, drive nito na to be more of what you are before. So, ayun nga, as a leader, nandyan yan eh. You guys being here, sorry, voluntary mo kayo pumunta dito or in-require kayo ng Office of Student Affairs? Vote? Diba? Kung napilitan kayo, pasalamat kayo. Kung voluntary kayo dito, thank you. I'm really thankful na meron. I mean, it's so nice to see a room na ganyan. Because you know that our community, that our country is in good hands. Because there are still people who are willing to learn, willing to improve themselves. No? Yun lang. Keep improving. Hindi ko alam kung may makikita. Sa JCI, makikita niyo lagi, may naka-trademark there. Be better. Constant, everyday, bago. I mean, improve yourself. Constant. It's a habit. You will never be perfect. Do not strive for perfect. Because maraming bagay na tama doon, mali na ngayon. Maraming kayo natutunan as you grow old. Na alam nyo tama, pero alam natin na mali na ngayon. Na hindi nyo naiintindihan na ginagawa niyo ng tao. So as you grow old, as you grow, as you have experiences, learn. And tapon yung mali, tunin niyo yung tama. That's it. That's the key to being a leader. That's the key to successful in life. That's actually the key to happiness. Is to keep improving.
Yes.
Ayun lang. Again, maraming.
Yeah, it reminds me of something. Huwag kayong magmadali. Ito yung trend na nakikita natin right now on social media. Don't be in a rush. Kasi minsan makikita natin yung friends natin, outing dito, nasa Bora na naman, nasa Elio na naman, kung ano-anong pictures, may bagong kotse, di ba? So yun, yung first car wash, whatever, lagi nasa bar, di ba? Parang, ay, napag-iiwanan na yata ako, ang successful naman ng mga peers ko. It's not true. You don't know what's behind those stories. Magkano yung inutang niya, sa kanya ba talaga yun, di ba? Yung pinang-outing niya na yun, baka iniram lang. Right? We are in a culture of posturing kasi. We are always posturing. Sometimes, 20 years old pa lang, living the lifestyle of a 40-year-old person. Kapag 40s ka na, you've built your business or your career, may family ka na, you're financially secure, yun na yung time na travel dito, travel doon, buy things or take on experiences. Totoo na yun. Pero, don't get caught up in FOMO na masyado nitiradown yung sarili nyo na dito pa lang ako.
Fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out. For our
Ito alam mo, fear of missing out.
Yeah. We don't know. Those are, nakita nyo na ba yung mga life of Instagram influencers? Right? Kung yung pinapakita na lang sobrang gandang picture, the story behind it is not so beautiful. So don't believe everything you see on social media. Slow down. It takes decades. It takes decades, guys. Hindi years, decades before you become a successful person. Sometimes merong sinaswerte, sometimes, but that's the outlier. Hindi yun yung norm. So be patient. Right? You're young, be patient.
Okay, so yung question, ano yung question natin? How do you start to become a leader? When I started kanina, why did we thank each other? That's how you start. Because you showed up. To start, just show up. Okay? Because the fact that you show up, you want to learn, therefore you have a growth mindset. So yun muna, magpakita lang kayo. Hindi naman pwedeng mamaya leader ka na, di ba? Because when you show up, you see your opportunities to lead. You recognize, which leads me to the second, how to start as a leader. Recognize you have always, kahit sino ka man, something to bring to the table. Lahat kayo may kanya-kanyang galing. I-recognize mo yun sa sarili mo as you go through the levels of leadership. Ano yung isang dala mong galing? Okay? You show up, recognize you have something to bring to the table. And when you recognize that, hanapin mo ano yung nagpapakingiti sa'yo, ano yung nagpapaiyak sa'yo. Your why, di ba? And then, i-connect mo yun dun sa pag lumalabas ka, anong inequality sa barangay mo, sa bayan mo, sa Pilipinas o sa mundo, ang nagpapakirot ng puso mo. I'm sure lahat tayo meron nun. It looks like a big task, but keep in mind, you show up, recognize that may dala-dala kang galing, use that galing, okay, na mag-contribute ka na may improve yung inequality ng ating society. Because we said we have to be bigger than ourselves. That's when you start becoming a leader. Pag na-recognize mo yung tatlong yun. Yes? So, nandun na tayo sa first step. You showed up. Now it's up to you what you want to do and what you learn today. And hopefully when you leave this room, as a community, we don't have all the answers now, but I'm sure medyo a thought starter, what is my why? Anong nagpapakulot sa akin? At anong nagpapakinig sa akin? Because when I become a leader, I will change that. And you have that opportunity. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you to our wonderful panel of speakers. I want to ask you guys also from different tables if you have questions. We have time for maybe 2 questions from the audience.
Hello po. So, good morning po ba? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello po. Again, thank you so much for giving us that wonderful knowledge for us student leaders, the future of this generation. So, right now po, my position is a counselor for logistics for our college, and for the next term, I will also want to handle the logistics of our university student council. So one of the experiences that we had during the organizations, programs, events is the lack of the resources So we've experienced sponsorship fatigues, exhaustion. Puro na lang kamag-anak, puro na lang nandiyan sa malapit. So as student leaders that we want to achieve yun nga po, less cost with greater events for the students for their betterment po of our society. So what can we do? Because what we offer right now is videos, as for sponsorships and marketings, PubMads. That's what all we can offer right now. So what we are asking is, what do organization or corporate sponsor? How can we achieve corporate sponsorship as students po? Kasi that's what we are lacking right now. Marami po kami gustong ma-achieve na programs, but we don't know the ways. We don't know what we can do for us to parang commit for what we need or what we can provide. What would you say that we can offer?
Okay. Tayo ba?
Yes.
Okay. First and foremost, hindi ako naniniwala na pwede mo lang i-offer is video and publication. You have to know the data. Ilan lahat ng students ng, Malaysia?
Yes po, we also offer yung mga likes po for yung sa marketing. We have 10,000 students po.
And then, what I'm saying is, the sponsor has to know, kunyari, ako, the numbers. It's a numbers game.
Students po, approximately 10,000.
Buong university.
10,000. 10 to 11,000.
Lang? I don't think so. Collegiate?
College students po, 10,000.
So, let's say 10,000. Let's say, yun yung explain ko kanina. Kung ano yung project, tignan nyo muna kung sino yung magbe-benefit. Or kung sino yung nagbe-benefit sa gano'n. Let's say, again, if we're talking about education, yung project is to target education. Have you tried talking to DepEd? And then, sa partnership ng DepEd, it gives you legit, nagiging kayong legit girl. Diba? Because you're in partnership with DepEd. So, now you have, it's Holy Angel University in partnership with DepEd. Now, your sponsorship letters could have the DepEd logo. Pag pumunta ka sa hindi ka ba nagkakaroon ng legitimacy? Pumunta ka sa corporates? Diba? Now, patapos yung school year, right? May, hindi ako nagkakamali. So, you're preparing for next year. This is the perfect time. Pero technically, the perfect time to give out or to look for corporate sponsors for your organization is around this November. Kasi during December, doon nagkakaroon ng budget season ng mga corporates. So, para makapag-allot sa inyo, dapat, by that time, they know who you are. Right now, it's because corporates, the businesses, ang daming negosyo sa Angeles. Angeles City yan. Lapitan niyo yun kaysa yung mga nanay-tatay nyo. Or, huwag nyo rin i-confine na doon lang sa vicinity. Ang laki ng Angeles. And I know a lot of millionaires in Angeles. Hindi ako yun. Hindi ko sila nilalapitan without hindi nila kilala yung JCI. So right now, as of this moment, if the organization is just starting, or alam niyo, di ba, sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, even us, hirap kami na you guys don't even know what JCI is or who JCI is. Di ba? So first you have to build your organization, the brand. God can help you with that on a different seminar of branding. You have to build your brand first. And then, in a specific project, isipin nyo na kung sino yung pwede. Kunyari, ano yung project nyo? Sige, bigyan mo isang project. Tulungan kita.
Halimbawa po, one of our projects is Angelite First, which includes scholarships. Yes, scholarship programs.
So, naghanap kayo ng mga pwede mag-sponsor partners.
Scholarships po.
So, tingnan nyo, first and foremost, tingnan nyo kung sino na yung mga nagbigay. Second, the best na pinanalamin dyan is successful alumni. I know for a fact, because isang kaibigan na dati ko is also alumni of Holy Angel. Alam ko siya, meron siya mga hindi sponsor. Yung mga ganun, you have to look for that. So, maraming Holy Angel yan, my God, daming successful dyan. You have to tap those. So, kailangan pupunta rin kayo sa mga alumni association. You know how powerful the four schools are. Yung alumni association nila, diba? Dati na yung alumni, UP alumni, DLSU. Kasama ko na talaga yung UST kahit hindi kami at par sa tatlong yun. So, kayo, yung alumni association, not only of what course, alumni association. So, scholarship yan, then look for sa Clark, sa Pay Clark. Ang daming multinational corporations dyan. Ang daming casino dyan. Casinos, ang daming funds dyan for sponsorship. Ang daming corporates dyan. So again, you have to be, number one talaga is you have to level up your branding. Kailangan palakan kayo ng tao. Umpisahan mo, start small. Umpisahan nyo sa school nyo. Pag gumawa kayo ng isang project na pagka may-apertuhan yung buong population. Kamukha kami, on our own language and all the world, alam ng buong JCI Philippines, yung ginagawa namin, tiktigan. So what do they do? Every tiktigan, pumupunta sila. The same thing sa inyo. You have to build your brand. Na pag sinabing, ano ba yung organization? Student Council. Pag sinabing Student Council, this is what you guys do. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina. Na yung projects na dapat year in, year out nandyan. Because let's face it, you have what, 1-2 years left sa college? 1 year, di ba? So you only have, sa amin, on our term, 1 year to live. So what you're going to do now is to lay down the seeds, yung foundation, para yung the generations to come won't have the same problem as you are. So, start with the brand. Start with that. And then, pag sinabing student council, Holy Angel, ito yan. Ito yung mga ginagawa nila. Ito yung natutulungan nila. You don't have to help everyone. Diba? You just have to help the right one. Kailangan yung yan. Sino yung president ng student council?
Miss Shahanila po.
Siya?
Ay, next term po.
Next year. Oh. So, kailangan sa planning nyo, sigurado kung makakaroon kayo ng outing planning session. Kailangan nyo ng ilatag yan. Sa amin, again, ang president namin is only 1 year. Pero, the whole JCI Philippines, kamukha ito si JCI, national president natin before 2014. Yung mga ginawa niya, noon, kami ang nakikinabang ngayon. So right now, if the problem is like this, how are you going to help the people 5 years from now, 4 years from now? Yun ang key. Hindi namin pwedeng sabihin, oh, lapitan mo si ganyan para humingi ng pera. Kailangan mo na magkaroon kayo ng credibility. Diba? Kailangan mo na yun. Honestly, dahil bata kayo mahirap. Now, on a different seminar, kailangan nyo naman yung paano yung communication skills, yung sponsorship letter mo, yung ano yung tsura ng sponsorship letters nyo, sino yung signatory, kung pwede nandun yung signatory ng Office of Student Affairs, much better, as legit as possible. Kasi, maraming scammers. Diba? I mean, kunyari, diba? Sa SM lang, pumunta kayo sa SM. Tsaka one thing na kailangan nyo gawin. Dati kasi nung panahon ko may yellow book. Ngayon kasi wala na eh. Pumunta kayo sa SM. Nung pumunta kayo sa SM, ilang negosyo yun. Sinubukan nyo na ba sila natin? Huwag kayong pupunta na lang magbigay ng ano ha. Baka pumunta kayo doon, pwede po magbigay. Hindi. Kunyari nakita nyo doon, summary. Tanong nyo sino yung marketing nila. Get the contact details, the email. Email to letter. Be as for, hindi yung pumunta ka, nakasobre ka para kayo mga nag-iingi ng basketball jersey. Di ba? Alisin nyo yung solicit. Partnerships. Partnership ang hinahanap. Pag-email yung letter, kailangan meron lang isa na kumuha ng mga contact persons, contact details. Always target for marketing. Alam mo, nakuha ko ang bread talk, dyan lang sa yellow book. Nakita ko yung marketing, ginawa, actually hindi. Nakita ko doon sa likod, contact details, ginawa ko. Tinanong ko sino po yung marketing, pwede send up po kami ng sponsorship proposal. Nakuha ko yung pangalan, in-email ko. After 15 days nag-email ba? Pinigyan ako isang account na dapat. Pero doon sa email, wala doon yung details. I'll be having, sorry sa theater ito we're having 4 shows in 1 day and a 3-day run. At approximately 1 auditorium, so nandun ako kung ilan packs ang target capacity ko. So alam nila, with the tapos ang population na mag-a-attend is this. Diba? Ganun ang target nyo. Bigay nyo yung isipin nyo kung ano makakapag-impress sa kanila. More than dun sa makakatulong. Yung sinasabi ko, find the win-win situation. Anong benefit makukuha nila? You have to give them that. And other than, let's face it, we don't have that much reach. Hindi tayo influencers. Hindi tayo si Com TV, hindi tayo sila, may reach. But, you have to know na meron pa rin. Kumbaga, yung mga free sampling. We just concluded Pampanga Taste Fest, headed by Inokwan. Yung Pampanga Taste Fest is made for yung mga bagong restaurants. Taste Fest, free sampling. Pasok sila. It's a free marketing for them. You get what I mean? Plus, at the same time, what we do sa amin is, all our community projects, lahat ng helping projects namin, we have a kaibat na fundraising project to fund this community project. So isipin kayo, so sa American Business Committee or what, kung ano yung mga pwedeng fundraising. Binigyan ko na kayo ng clue kanina, yung black screening, di ba? So, dati kasi, lahat ng ventures talaga, nakukuha natin. So, that's patentado 30,000 ang kikitain. Sayang din yun. And car show, may car show pa kami. Sa Marquee every June, meron tayo car show this year. Press, may car show this year. So every Father's Day, sayang may car show sa Marquee. Every Valentine's Day, we have a flower for delivery. Kami mismo sila, ako to dati, kami mismo nag-deliver ng flowers. Things like this. You have, if you want money, you have to be credible. At the same time, look for it on other means. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa kanya, discard. And you develop this as you go. Discartehan mo talaga, kailangan yung discard. Hindi pwede yung panay, pahingin na pera. No, it doesn't come that way. It has, let's face it, no? Sa business world, kailangan parehas kayo may kukuha.
Thank you so much po. If I may add, I will make it simple. Sa 5 manliligaw sa'yo, sinong sasagutin mo? Ito ang sponsorship. Ako, I receive sponsorship letters every day. Out of 1,000, I only say 2. Siguro, 2 lang uuha ko dun sa isang taon. So, sa 5 manliligaw sa'yo, sino ang sasagutin mo?
For me po, honestly, kung saan ako mas magbe-benefit.
Diba? Bakit? Exactly. So, tayong mga humihingi ng sponsorship, tayong mga nanliligaw, iniisip ba natin yun? Paano magbe-benefit yung nililigawan ko? Kasi we are sometimes so focused paano ko magbe-benefit, diba? So, change again that mindset. Paano siya magbe-benefit? And how do you understand paano siya magbe-benefit? Research back my time. Diba? Na parang, I read letters, they talk about 90%. Our organization is like this, like this, like this. We are like this and we are like that. And ako naman, so what? So what, diba? Third paragraph pa lang, hindi ko natatapusin yun. So, when I see, pag medyo may mga common words ang ginagamit, alam mo yung vision ko, alam mo yung mission ko, alam mo yung advocacy ko. And we would like to support your advocacy through this partnership. Imagine that, just by changing, just doing a bit of research, ano ang nagbibesa ka magbe-benefit? Paano mo malaman siya nagbe-benefit? Intindihin mo. So it's important that you know what is your value to your targeted sponsor. If you find that sweet spot, it's so easy. It's so easy to get that. Okay? That's why it's a partnership. You have to benefit each other. And start speaking their language. Stop using your jargon sa organization ninyo na hindi naiintindihan ng sponsor. Right? So I realized someone wrote us a letter for Milo. And they said, it's a sports, it's from JCI Manila. And they wrote us a letter, ang sabi nila, it's a sports activity eh. But when they said, because we want, similar to Milo, we want the youth to be champions of life. Eh, yun yung tagline ni Milo. Hindi si Milo, pakitawagan nga yung ano niya. See? So that's how you find that sweet spot. It's how you will give value, not how that sponsorship. Kailangan two-way yan. Okay? So isipin nyo, paano pag nanligaw kayo, sponsorship para kayo nanliligaw. Okay? Yan ang alalahanin ninyo. It's as simple as that. Ayan.
Thank you so much po. And magpapakilala po ulit ako, Kyrish Lissing Canlasro from HA. SPA Senator. I hope to send you letters soon. Thank you so much. Magpapakilala po ulit ako sa inyo mamaya.
Before we wrap up, anyone? Going once? Going twice? Okay. I guess, we're all excited to have lunch, and I congratulate everyone for taking the step today. I hope you guys commit yourselves to lifelong learning. It's not just in school that you're learning things, no? Outside of school, there is a whole new world waiting for you. But now, before we go to lunch, of course, I would like to call back on stage Direk William and Press K to acknowledge our speakers today, and also Chair Allen, Attorney Allen.
JCI Avenue City Culiat Plaque of Appreciation is hereby presented to Gabriel De Luna in grateful recognition of his dedication to effect positive change to young leaders as guest speaker for the first Junior JC Summit with the topic entitled 5 Levels of Leadership. Given this 29th day of April 2023 at Mansfield Residences Pavilion, Angeles City, Pampanga. Signed by our project chairman, EJCI Alan J. Herona, and 2023 LO President, Kathleen Reyes. Building bridges, paving the way to success through transformative and inclusive leadership. We thank you, Christine Ponce Garcia. Topic entitled Project Planning. We thank you, Giancarlo T. Lee.
So presto po.
JCI Avenue City Culiat, Vice President for Individual and Principal Architect of A&D Architectural Solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, palakpakan po natin, VP Rocky Adviento. Our third moderator, the 2023 JCI Avenue City Culiat, Vice President for International. Ladies and gentlemen, VP Kevin Wilkerson. Isang kaya naman dyan. And of course, our last moderator joining us this afternoon, a licensed mechanical engineer by profession and leading a team as a planning and design manager at Clark Water Corporation. Aside from work, he's still active in numerous communities and youth development programs by organizing and conducting community activities such as outreach programs and youth assemblies for student leaders. Continuing his advocacy when it comes to water system construction provided to AITA communities, a national delegate and alumnus of Ayala Young Leaders and Vice President for Community of JCI Avenue City Culiat. Ladies and gentlemen, palakpakan po natin, VP Romiel Pason.
Okay, for group number 4 in Group Warano, the task was given to them was the activity number 1, culture farms. So the idea is the group will do an expression parang as a symbol of how the group's philosophy or the group's philosophy is like a logo, slogan or something through drawing and with colors and everything. So yun nga, what they did is they do first brainstorming kasi pag mga ideas again, especially in art, brainstorming is very important and they did that. and everyone shared their ideas until they agreed to one idea, and I think this is it.
Ayan, good afternoon everyone. Of course, I'd like to introduce my team. We have Jessie and Anna from Huwaran. So, we put this, or we made this arms as symbolize of pyramid or a triangle. It's because we're not above you guys. As a leader, always remember that hindi tayo yung nasa taas. Lagi natin tatandaan na tayo dapat yung lagi nasa ilalim. Tayo yung sumusuporta sa mga student body, sa mga student na nililid natin. So we have this one, we have the honest. Of course, once you're a leader, dapat honest ka. Diba? Honest ka sa ginagawa mong mga trabaho. We have next one, the progressive, integrity, and last, actions. Always remember na dapat once na may plano tayo, lagi tayo may actions. Hindi lang tayo dapat puro plano. It's because once na puro lang tayo plano, walang nagiging actions. So to continue this discussion.
So yun, after nga ng foundation, let me reiterate lang the why of pyramid. A pyramid kasi of all the structures, diba? From a pyramid, ang sa foundation kasi ng isang pyramid, ang white ng sa baba. Tapos pa-pointed siya up. Tapos ang tatag ng structure niya. Yun yung kagandahan ng isang pyramid or triangle. Now, the next qualities that our leadership philosophy needs is we need to be able to influence people. We also have delegation and empowerment. Now, we need these three kasi first nga, diba, leadership is about influence. And delegation, why do we need delegation and leadership? We need delegation and leadership because we have to make sure that the members of our community are well represented, diba? We voice out their concerns. We are being vocal for them. That's why we are leaders, not just to influence, but to also raise their concerns. Also, empowerment, diba? It doesn't end there nga. Being a leader, it doesn't end na ikaw na lang yung leader, ikaw na lang yung magaling. You also have to inspire other people to be better. Now, the next two naman sa pataas na is being fearless and passionate. Now, this is a perfect combination kasi diba leaders, they really have to be fearless in terms of voicing out concerns, in terms of being an activist, diba? We always, sinusulong natin ng mga reforma. We're advocating for social changes kasi culture can change. So, not everything is stagnant. Change is the only constant thing in the world. Yes, that's cliche. But we have to acknowledge that change is good. Because without change, we wouldn't have improvement, we wouldn't have innovation. Now we need to have a passionate leader then. Because without passionate leaders, why else would we have leaders about? We're not choosing leaders to just merely lead us towards direction. We need to have passionate leaders because they know what we need. They have the passion. Sila mismo, may commitment sila dun sa gusto natin ma-achieve. That's why we need to have passionate leaders. Now, the last naman sa taas is I put dreamer. Now, why do we need to have dreamers as leaders? Kasi leading or leadership doesn't end sa kung anong meron na ngayon. Leadership, a true leader actually is a dreamer. Kasi being a leader, you should want something better. You should want constant change. You should want something good. And it doesn't limit you dun sa present na meron na kayo. So you have to dream for something better constantly, every time. JCI, be better.
So good afternoon everyone. Just to add to the explanation of Kiko and Jessie. So makikita niyo na yung mga hands na to, yun yung nag-form ng structure ng triangle. And makikita niyo na hindi siya lahat same direction. Hindi siya mixture siya of different directions. And that represents na hindi lang siya laging pasulong. So kunyari, pwede naman namin ginawa yung triangle na to na lahat pointed upwards since gano'n naman yung structure ng triangle. Pero we recognize na as leaders, kailangan we know how to meet both ends. So, dapat kina-consider natin na, yun nga, hindi lang tayo patuloy na magiging progressive or patuloy na sumusulong. Pero kailangan we also recognize the needs of, especially those, for our student leaders, those students na nangailangan talaga ng help natin. So, that's the reason kaya iba-iba yung orientation na kamay. And as you can see, hindi na feel complete
spaces sa triangle and sa sides. So this represents na nag-allow kami ng room for improvement. So yun, as leaders, and as our speaker said a while ago, yung pagiging leader, parang continuous learning yan. So, kahit tayo ngayon, we're continuously learning. In the next years, we continue to learn para mas maging better leaders tayo. And add ko lang din, so yung mga given yung mga hands na to, actually tigil sa kami dyan ng bawat group members of the group 1. And kami rin yung mga naglagay ng explanation sa bawat hand individually. So, pinapalitan talaga nito kung ano yung mga characteristics namin, individually as a leader, pero of course, connected din naman yun na nasa-share natin yung characteristics na yun with our fellow leaders. And
Ayan, to end this discussion, I would like to add something. As you can see, different size ng mga kamay namin. It symbolizes us a leader. We are a leaders, we have a different sizes, di ba? No matter how fat or thin you are, you can be a leader, di ba? Also the color. No matter what color you are, di ba? Kumbaga, anong kulay ka man, pwede kang mag-lead, di ba? So, yun lang yung explanation namin dito sa aming discussion. Once again, we are the Team Huwaran together with JCI, Hannah, and yours truly, Kiko Salsa. Thank you so much.
So, situation na na-assign sa kanila, they will draft a letter to the future. So, futuristic kami dito. So, nilala ng letter, what if 15 years from now, this Junior JC Summit, nakita-kita sila, then they will think of an organization or company na mayroon silang same vision, then how will they incorporate all the ideas na natutunan nila dito. At ito yung babasahin nila ngayon sa atin. So in the future, ano magagawa nila para sa ating society or community. Okay, please, Team Alpas, round of applause.
From Holy Angel University, and I am here with Grant from City College of Adelaide. Oh, City College. Anyways, so ayun nga, our task is to build an organization or a company na bakit ka nga naman magbubuo ng organization to help others if profit lang naman ang habol mo. Pero we have a different vision kasi. Our goal with this company is to build a company na mag-a-accept ng mga taong hindi masyadong tinatanggap sa lipunan natin. And of course, to build or to help in lessening the unemployment rate and to give livelihood, of course, to these people. And isa pa is to support the local products, local agricultural products that we have here in the Philippines. So we are building the Alpas Manufacturing Company, Alpas meaning Alliance of Leaders of Philanthropic Altruistic Society. Magpalakpakan nyo naman yung tagline. So our tagline is your breakthrough for a better future. So ano ba yung target problem namin? Ano ba yung problema sa society natin ngayon na gusto namin hindi naman isolve pero tulasan? Lessen unemployment, discrimination, inequality. Of course, focusing tayo doon sa skills na meron sila, hindi sa kung sino ba sila. Diba? Sa kung ano ba talagang kaya nila gawin. Giving opportunity to the people under marginalized sectors to promote local culture and, of course, support the Philippines agricultural sector. So, our company produces different products such as furniture, clothing, weaving, poultry, and etc. Basically, we're a manufacturing company that gets raw materials from the local suppliers and farmers. So enough about the background, and we have here our letter, which will be read by Miss Grant, by Ma'am Charo.
Alright, so here's the letter. Dear citizens of the future, the Philippines is facing socio-economic challenges today, which brings burden to the present and probably the future generation. As time passes by, the marginalized sector that includes the women, persons with disabilities, indigenous people, and farmers are continually being neglected by the government. Which is true. The opportunities for their betterment are being limited because of the stigma and stereotypes attached to the sectors by the society. As student leaders, we aim to mold a society where discrimination, inequality, and higher rate of unemployment are not welcome. In a perfect world, everyone must have a feeling of belongingness. But this is not the case. Hence, this serves as an eye-opener and a reason to create an environment where inclusivity is being championed. Champion, I know. As we are progressive leaders, we take courage in fighting for the rights in our society. Alright. It is in this regard, we want to create a manufacturing company which will provide livelihood to the aforementioned sector that will enrich their potentials and skills that will contribute to their daily living and to the economic growth of our country. This includes reinforcement of the manufacturing and agriculture business such as weaving, furniture, poultry, farming, and the like. As a ripple effect, this initiative will promote our local culture and support the Philippines agricultural sector. With this company, we pursue honing future leaders that can lead and create leaders too in order to continue what has been started, which will leave a great legacy to our country. We hope you will take courage as well in addressing this problem and enter into the breakthrough of a better future. Sincerely yours, Alpas 23.
Our task now, each individual has their own strengths, which can have the most impact when planning a project, and weaknesses that they may need to improve. Some aspects are oral communication, external relations, written communication, or getting sponsors. So Group 3 was assigned for the task to prepare a role play of one of JCI Analyst and Culiat projects, one of the biggest projects, the Tigan Terakan Culiat. So this activity touches on two areas of development, which is business and international. So yeah. Also, if I may add, I know this is not a competition, pero I'm telling you, if we were given more time, it would have been a musical number 5. Trumpets na.
Thank you, baby Kevin.
Wait lang. I'm gonna ask you muna. So, malapit na yung plan natin na Tigan Terakan. So, based on the numbers of people na nandun sa, ano yung event na yun? Aurora and Castaway and other So, maraming pumunta. Maraming excite na sa Tigan Terakan. So, kamusta naman yung mga nakakausap mo regarding our plans?
So, based on mga contacts ko, sa mga text ko, I think it's going to be a good one. I think, parang maganda yung numbers natin na.
Maganda nga. So, yung forecasted natin last year is 35,000. So, in-increase ko lang siya. Sabi ko, 35% lang siguro based on the pandemics pa. So, 35% is 12,450, I think. So, yung forecasted natin is 47,250.
Yeah.
Are we going with that number? Kaya ba natin yun?
The thing is, baka may dumagtag pa. Kasi, very excited mga people. Alam mo naman, party people yung mga yun.
Totoo. Like, ang dami talagang pumupunta. Lalo na kahit may bayad. Mas mura yung sa atin. True. So, do you think okay na tayo doon, no?
Wait, check ako.
Sige.
Tara mo.
letter to select.